We've spent centuries fighting death, yet every second the clock wins. But what if we could slow the clock down? Not through myth or magic, but through code, chemistry, and cell reprogramming.
For the first time in human history, science is seriously asking that question. And in 2025, the answers are starting to sound almost believable. Harvard's David Sinclair, the guy who literally made old mice young again, says age-reversing pills could arrive by 2029 to 2035. Sounds like sci-fi, right? But the FDA just approved the first human trial for partial brain reprogramming. That's not a headline, that's history being written. In 2023, researchers even found 6 chemical cocktails that reversed cellular aging in less than a week. No risky gene therapy, just chemistry. Meanwhile, in China, scientists used engineered stem cells to rejuvenate elderly monkeys, improving their memory, healing inflammation, even reversing tissue damage. And no, they didn't turn into zombies. So are we stopping death? Not yet. But we might just be debugging it. Scientists call them zombie cell killers. Because as we age, some of our cells refuse to die. They just sit there, inflamed, toxic, and useless, slowly poisoning the healthy ones around them. Senolytic drugs are designed to hunt those cells down and wipe them out. In human trials, the combination of dasatinib and quercetin, known as D plus Q, actually reduced senescent cells and inflammation markers. That's the first direct evidence that anti-aging medicine works in humans. Next up, telomeres. Think of them as the plastic caps on your shoelaces, protecting your DNA from fraying. Every time your cells divide, those caps shorten. When they wear out, you do too. For decades, scientists tried to figure out how to make them grow back safely. And in 2025, they finally did. A gene therapy by Elixirgen Therapeutics extended telomeres in humans safely with no toxicity for 24 months straight. That's not just delaying aging, that's rewriting the system clock. And while the world was busy chasing youth serums and collagen creams, another molecule quietly proved itself as the most powerful longevity compound so far, rapamycin. In animal studies, it extended lifespan by nearly 30%. Now, human trials are testing it in low doses, including one that studies how it affects gum health in older adults. It's official. Anti-aging is no longer fiction, it's entering clinical practice. Then comes metformin, a humble diabetes drug that might secretly slow aging itself. The massive TAME trial plans to test it on 3,000 people between 65 and 79 years old. It's not about curing a disease, it's about delaying all of them at once. Early data already shows that metformin can tweak the body's genetic switches, making old cells act young again. In one 2024 study, even monkeys on metformin showed protein ages nearly 6 years younger than their biological age. But that's just one piece of the puzzle, because behind every aging cell is a power shortage, the molecule that fuels our life force itself. NAD+. It's what keeps your mitochondria, your cell's batteries, alive and charging. The problem? NAD+ levels crash as we age. That's where NR and NMN come in. Compounds proven to boost NAD+ and rejuvenate energy systems from within. In clinical trials, patients with premature aging disorders saw improved heart and kidney function, proof that energy can in fact be restored. And while the world talks about Ozempic as a weight loss drug, researchers quietly found another secret: GLP. One agonists like semaglutide don't just slim you down, they rejuvenate you. Studies show reduced oxidative stress, better neuron protection, and longer health span. Even the TAME team is considering testing GLP-1s next, because aging might just be a metabolic glitch we're learning to reprogram. Now, here's where things start feeling like science fiction. AI is entering the anti-aging game. In 2025, a new study showed that over 70% of anti-aging compounds discovered by AI actually extended lifespan in worms. 70%! In drug discovery, that's insane. Even OpenAI joined the race, teaming up with Retro Biosciences to redesign the legendary Yamanaka factors, the same genes used to rewind cellular age. Their AI-enhanced versions repair DNA damage faster and more precisely than anything before. It's like teaching evolution to speedrun its own upgrades. But how do we even measure aging? That's where epigenetic clocks come in. Biological timekeepers more accurate than your birth certificate. These clocks track tiny chemical tags on your DNA that change as you grow older. And here's the shocker. In a landmark human trial, scientists used a mix of growth hormone, DHEA, and metformin to reverse biological age by 1.5 years in just 1 year. By the end of the study, the reversal rate hit minus 6.5 years per year. That's not slowing aging, that's running it backward. And deep inside your cells, there's another revolution brewing: mitochondrial rejuvenation. These microscopic engines lose power as we age, but researchers are learning how to transplant or even engineer new ones. 2025 studies with nano-engineered mitochondria are showing real promise, restoring energy, repairing tissue, and maybe one day recharging us like machines that never truly power down. Here's the hard truth. Even with all our breakthroughs, we're still mortal. Because the body isn't just a machine you can upgrade forever. It has built-in limits. A 2024 Nature study revealed something sobering. Since 1990, despite all medical progress, the maximum human lifespan hasn't really increased. To reach an average life expectancy of 110 years, 70% of women would have to live to 100. Right now, only a fraction even come close. And the oldest verified human, Jeanne Calment, died at 122.45 years. That record has stood for nearly 3 decades. Why? Because our resilience fades. No matter how healthy you are, your body's ability to recover from stress, physical, cellular, or emotional, drops as you age. Studies show that this resilience limit sits between 120 and 150 years. Beyond that, even perfect health can't stop the gradual system collapse. And genetics? Turns out they matter far less than we thought. A controversial Nature aging paper in 2024 showed genes account for less than 10% of lifespan. The rest depends on environment, stress, and random molecular chaos. Even worse, new data from UC San Diego suggests that those epigenetic changes we've been trying to reverse might actually be symptoms of aging, not the cause. Meaning, we might be treating the smoke, not the fire. So, yes, we're pushing boundaries, but for now, death still holds the final patent. Now let's talk about the dream that refuses to die: longevity escape velocity. It's the idea that science will advance so fast, we'll add more than 1 year of life for every year that passes. In theory, once that happens, you stop dying, because technology outruns biology. Futurist Ray Kurzweil predicts we'll reach that point by 2029 to 2035. Biogerontologist Aubrey de Grey gives it a 50% chance by the late 2030s. They call it the moment humanity breaks free from the biological countdown clock, but not everyone's buying it. Many scientists call the concept voodoo demography, because real-world data tells a colder story. In many developed countries, life expectancy has actually plateaued or declined since the mid-2000s. We're not gaining a year per year, we're gaining about 3 months. At that pace, immortality is still centuries away. Still, the optimism isn't totally misplaced, because every small breakthrough, from cellular reprogramming to AI drug design, compounds like interest. Even a decade ago, aging was seen as inevitable. Now it's classified by many researchers as a treatable condition. So maybe escape velocity isn't a single moment in time. Maybe it's a gradient, a slow handoff between biology and engineering, between life and code. And right now, we're somewhere in the middle. Not immortal yet, but no longer entirely doomed to decay. The reality is clear. We're not stopping death anytime soon, but we are slowing it down, adding years of health, vitality, and clarity that previous generations could only dream of. From cellular reprogramming to AI-designed drugs, from Senolytics to mitochondrial rejuvenation, the tools to extend your health span are no longer science fiction. They're becoming science fact. So what does this mean for you? It's simple. Don't wait for the magic pill. Start taking control now. Move, eat, sleep, and invest in your body like it's the most advanced technology you'll ever own. Because the revolution in longevity is real, and those who act today won't just live longer, they'll live better. The question isn't if science will extend life. The question is, will you be ready to embrace it?
If this blew your mind, wait till you see what's coming next. I've already made a video on 5 insane technologies being built right now. Stuff that feels like science fiction. But now engineers are literally building it today. Click on the left side of the screen and I'll take you straight into the future.